Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. This is John from Cloud Tech Inside. In today's session, we'll be talking about one of the important features that's been released in Sagemaker ecosystem called MLFlow. If you are not familiar with MLFlow, open source framework which is used for tracking the machine learning life cycle, which means it can track all the way from experiments all the way to deploying the models in production. MLFlow has its own way of tracking, which means advanced logging. It has its own projects where you can consolidate your code. It also has the model registry of its own where you can register the model, and advanced visualization capabilities, which makes MLFlow darlings for a lot of the machine learning engineers. And the other key feature that a lot of people are excited about MLFlow is that it integrates with a lot of open source frameworks, and it is also open source. A lot of contributions and integration with open source framework happens within the ecosystem. So a lot of people love to keep their machine learning flow or in general workflows within MLFlow. Sagemaker integrating MLFlow into their platform, which means the control plane is managed by Sagemaker and which can be created in very few steps. So in this session, I'll be showing some of those setups, setting up the MLFlow server, running very simple applications, and show how we can track some of those ML operations in MLFlow. And just for more of your information, typically MLFlow is used within Databricks ecosystem. I've seen MLFlow by itself used in different environments for tracking purposes, especially because of its good interface, granularity in tracking, and some of those visualization capabilities makes user want to use MLFlow in Sagemaker ecosystem. And that's where Sagemaker understood the gap and integrated MLFlow into their ecosystem. So let me quickly show you how to create these control planes on Sagemaker and then track your MLFlow workflows and logs into the tracking server. To the Sagemaker Studio, open the launch personal studio. Just open right here. There's an option for creating the MLFlow workflow server. Click on that. You're given options. You can provide the information like Cloud Tech server, MLFlow, and then you got to provide a S3 location for all the artifacts and information. I just put like a S3 bucket right here and then hit create. So it takes few seconds up to a minute to create this MLFlow. So meanwhile, I just want to show you how I have already created an MLFlow workflow for this particular demo. So it now shows like creating. It takes few minutes to create. Meanwhile, I can show you what's already created, which is a test workflow. It has different options. All the information is available. The tracking server info is right here. You can copy this information and this can be used to plug into your script for tracking purposes, which means when you run an ML workflow, you have to point it to a MLFlow server, which will capture all the logs, and it will be one place you can log in and figure out how the process went, etc. So if you go back to the MLFlow page, under the test, you can see these three dots. You can hit open ML and it opens up the interface to the MLFlow, and you can see different runs and detailed matrices here. And one thing to highlight is MLFlow server comes in three different sizes, which is the small, medium, large, and it provides a recommendation on how many users per team, and based on the user, you can set up these MLFlow tracking server. You can also update the server. You can change it to medium and then hit update on the lower corner. So you see the update in the lower corner, and then you can update the script. So moving to running few scripts and showing MLFlow in action, how the logging works, how they log matrices, how they log different logs, etc. So, and it also shows some of those the UI interface that MLFlow has. So before we start, we want to make sure you install the latest version of MLFlow. I think 2.13 and above. That's what's expected, so that it understands the methods within Sagemaker. And once the installation is complete, you can run this script directly on Sagemaker notebook. as well as indirectly using a container option, which I will show later in a different video. And I want to highlight here, this is a script that launches like a distal GPT-2, and you can run some of the inferences and get back some of those predictions. A very simple script. And one thing I want to highlight here is I'm setting the tracking URI to the ARN. ARN means when you go back to the MLFlow here, there is an ARN for the test. So when you click on it, you can see the ARN right here. Copy and paste the ARN into the script, and also set the experiment, give it a name like a simple LLM inference. The model name, all this information is captured. And then you also capture the model name within the MLFlow so that you can see that in its own UI in a very neat fashion. And then also you log some matrices. So one of the matrices that you want to capture is the token length or generated text length and the log text information. So you can capture all these and produce that in the MLFlow workflow or the monitor. So let's quickly run this. So it is running and it produced the output of the model. And let's go back to the MLFlow, look at the simple inference, and you can see different runs, and you can see different, let's pick one of these runs, and you can see some of those matrices that's mentioned in the script, like model name, prompt, what is the prompt, all the information is available in this UI. And it also provides a generated metrics, and it also provides a visualization capability. So you can always monitor some of these matrices and in a live fashion, real-time fashion. And then you have system metrics, which you can add artifacts that is generated during the process. So it gives you an advanced option to log in your matrices, track your workflows end-to-end, all the way from experiments to the deployment of these models. So meanwhile, I want to show you a different example, which is a very traditional ML model, which is running scikit-learn and simple random forest classification. So once the program is running, you can go to the MLFlow interface and look at the traditional ML model is ran, and then you can see some of those matrices. So accuracy, precision, recall, all these are captured in a beautiful interface. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of folks like to work with MLFlow. And there are like matrices here and a lot of graphical interface. You can pick and choose the options. In a nutshell, MLFlow gives you a nice interface to interact with your logs and more transparent to what you're running on SageMaker. Overall, MLFlow is integrated with SageMaker. You can use it on a notebook. You can also have a containerized option where you can host it on a container and run the script on a container. You can scale it much easier. And the people who are looking to migrate their workflows, ML workloads from ecosystems like Databricks or etc., you can also lift and shift some of these scripts, or you can package some of these scripts into Docker container and then migrate to SageMaker, which gives you more leverage and on scaling some of your workloads. With that said, hit the like button if you are interested in this topic so that I can make more videos. If not, I can move on to other videos. This is a very niche topic. I see a lot of interest slowly bubbling up in this space. A lot of questions around how to work with MLFlow on SageMaker. With that said, if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for the latest information. Signing off, John.